Ever feel like every time you turn around, there's like 10 new marketing buzzwords you're supposed to understand and use for your business?
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it is.
So today we are tackling one of those buzzwords head on. We are talking about chat marketing.
Okay.
But we're not just going to like scratch the surface.
Right.
We are doing a deep dive into how one expert, Hilton Davidow, actually helps businesses win with this stuff.
I like it.
So Davidow, he's not, like every other marketing guru out there.
Yeah.
He is specifically focused on chat and how digital marketers specifically can use chat to build their business.
Interesting.
And we're lucky enough to be kind of going straight to the source for his insights. We're looking at his website.
Okay.
And one of the things that jumped out at me right away was this real emphasis on systems, like bulletproof systems. I don't know about you, but that just makes me feel better right away.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, there's a structure here.
Systems are key in chat marketing because, it can get so chaotic so quickly. You've got messages flying all over the place, different platforms, different times, and it's easy to just completely lose track of everything.
Right.
And that's where a lot of people get overwhelmed.
Makes sense.
They crave those frameworks, especially with something as dynamic as chat.
Yeah, it's like trying to build a house with no blueprint.
Exactly.
Total chaos.
Yeah.
And speaking of well-structured messaging, I noticed that David Agao talks a lot about creating quality, interactive, conversational messages.
Yeah.
So in your view, what's the difference between that, what he's talking about, and like those spammy chatbots that make you want to chuck your phone across the room?
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yes.
It really comes down to respecting the user's experience.
Okay.
So instead of that robotic, salesy tone, how about we have an actual conversation?
Right.
And instead of bombarding people with messages at all hours, let's be mindful of their time.
Totally.
And, actually personalize things. Show them that we see them as a real person.
Right.
Not just another lead.
I think that's such a good point. It's that human touch, right?
Yeah.
Like we all want to feel like we're interacting with a real person.
Exactly.
Not just a robot.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is where things got really interesting for me when I was looking at the Federated materials.
Okay.
He has something, a product, called the Complete Templatized iCar Messenger Marketing System. And he really emphasizes, lifetime access and all these ready-made templates.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, time saving, that sounds great.
Huge.
So in your experience, how variable are these kinds of pre-built systems, especially for people who might not be tech wizards?
Oh, they can be a game changer. Think about it. If you're an agency with a million deadlines or your business just dipping your toes into chat marketing, having that proven framework to start with, huge.
Yeah.
It's like instead of having to bake a cake from scratch, someone hands you a pre-made mix.
Right, you still get to eat the cake at the end.
Exactly.
Okay, I have to ask about this name, iCar. What does that even stand for?
Yeah, so iCar stands for Interest, Connect, Action, Results.
Okay.
And it's essentially a roadmap to help you craft messages that, first of all, capture people's interest.
Got to get their attention.
Exactly. Then you focus on building a connection like we were talking about, making it human.
Right.
And once you have that connection, then you lead them towards taking action.
Okay.
And ultimately, that's what drives the results.
So it's not like Chatbots taking us for a ride.
No joyrides here.
Okay, good to know.
It's about getting results.
I like it.
Yeah.
And he's actually quite open about the tools that he uses to build these systems.
Yeah.
He mentions ManyChat, Integramat, Google Sheets.
Right.
And even if people listening aren't using those exact tools, it's still kind of cool to peek behind the curtain, right?
Oh, absolutely. It gives you a sense of how the pros are setting things up.
So how do those tools, how do they all work together?
So think of ManyChat as the engine of your chatbot. It's where you build the actual conversations.
Okay.
But when you combine it with something like Integramat, that's where the magic really happens, because Integramat lets you automate all those personalized follow-ups.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so based on what someone does in the chat,
Right.
Integramat can trigger a whole sequence of events.
Oh.
And all that data is neatly organized in your Google Sheet, so you can keep track of everything.
It's like they each play a special role in this bigger picture.
Exactly.
That's really neat. One other thing I noticed is that David L. seems particularly passionate about helping local businesses with chat marketing.
Absolutely.
Why do you think that is? What's unique about that space?
Local businesses have a real advantage when it comes to chat marketing because they can tap into that personal touch.
Yeah.
They're not some faceless corporation. They can build relationships with their customers on a one-to-one level.
Yeah. It's almost like building these little micro communities
Oh,
rather
yes.
than just blasting out a message to, millions of people.
It's about quality over quantity.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, not everybody wants to build these systems themselves.
Right.
Even if they sound amazing, they might not have the time or the know-how.
Sure.
And Davido actually offers done-for-you options, too.
He does.
So what do you make of that approach? Is it just about different learning styles, or is there more to it?
It's definitely about different learning styles. Some people thrive on the DIY aspect.
Yeah.
They want to build everything from the ground up, but
Okay.
others, they'd rather delegate.
Yeah,
They recognize that their time and energy are better spent elsewhere.
that makes a lot of sense.
It's about knowing your strengths.
Totally. And it's like, I don't know, some people want to build their own gaming PC.
Yeah.
And other people just want to buy one that's ready to go.
Exactly.
Both are fine.
Absolutely.
And just to give people a taste, some of the done-for-you campaigns he offers are things like birthday campaigns and viral giveaways.
It's interesting he chose those. They really highlight how effective chat can be
Right?
at not just, sending messages, but actually creating a buzz.
And getting people excited.
Getting people excited, yeah.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into the world of Hilton Davidow and chat marketing,
Yeah.
if you had to pick just one thing from everything we talked about
Okay.
that people should implement today, what would it be?
Don't overthink it. Start small. Pick one thing. Maybe it's a welcome message. Maybe it's a limited time offer.
Okay.
Test it out. See how people respond.
You can always adjust later.
Exactly.
Well, I have a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot more about chat marketing in the future.
I think so, too.
Thanks so much for taking the time to break it all down with me today.
It was my pleasure. I always enjoy these conversations.
Likewise.
Until next time.